If you truly hate the state, that means if you value autonomy, freedom, and harmony, then there's a group that you should be supporting without hesitation. And that group is the indigenous people. For centuries, indigenous people lived what many of us only theorize about: a self-sufficient, decentralized society, respecting the land and managing the resources for the community. They embody the freedom and self-governance that libertarian, anarchists, anarcho-capitalists, and even communists dream about. But there's an irony in all that. Many of the people who hate the state ignore the one group that has actively resisted it for generations. You see, the state isn't just a threat to our freedoms. In complicity with the private sector, the state is also a major driver of environmental destruction. Indigenous peoples, on the other hand, see nature not as a resource, but as a living entity, something we're connected with, not something to exploit. They see the mountains, the rivers, and even rocks as our relatives with personalities, wishes, and with the ability to communicate. That's the craziest part of it. Ailton Krenak, a brilliant indigenous thinker and a historical figure here in Brazil, said in his book, Ideas to Postpone the End of the World. I'll read an excerpt for you here. The political dilemma that remains for our societies that survived the 20th century is still the need to dispute the last strongholds where nature is prosperous and where we can meet our food and housing needs, and where ways of life survive, taking care of themselves without creating an excessive dependence on the state. So now I bring that to you, my friend who is watching this video. If you are truly serious about hating the state, about being anti-state, it's time to rethink your priorities. The wisdom we need for liberation might not come from capitalism, socialism, communism, or any other ism, but from those who have lived freely and in balance with nature and with Earth for millennia. So, if you want to dive deeper into this subject, I can't recommend enough that you read Ailton Krenak books. The first one, Life is Unuseful, is not with me right now because I lent it to a friend, but there's this one here, Ideas to Postpone the End of the World, and this one that is even better, that's called Ancestral Future. Go and read both of them. I don't know if they are translated yet, but there are plenty of thinkers that think similarly to Ailton Krenak. There's a lot of authors around the world that resonate the same ideas. So if you got interested in the subject about, indigenous peoples, just start looking for it. You might find it very interesting. And if you're interested in diving deeper into mine ideas, then go to my blog, thebrazilianmud.wordpress.com, and read the full text. This video is actually based on a text I wrote there. I'll leave the link here in the description. I highly recommend that you go and check it out as well. Give it a read. And I want to end this video with a final note. The future we dream of might actually lie in the past, in the wisdom of those who have always lived free. That's it, everyone. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.